Hey, today's video, what to plant in August. We still have time to plant some summer crops, and it's time to start our fall gardens in the month of August. And if you have never started a fall garden, you need to start because it's an amazing time. Now, first thing you got to keep in mind is you have to know your first frost date. And how you find that, you can Google it and put your state or your zip code and ask for the first frost date, and it will come up. My first frost date is October the 31st. So I have 93 days until my expected frost date. So that's a lot of time. So check yours out so you know what to plant. Now, the first thing I'm gonna talk to you about are my summer crops that I can still get a harvest from. Now, the reason why we wanna know that first frost date is because on the seed packet, it tells you how many days it takes to get a harvest. That is 53 days that it takes to get a harvest. So I'm going to be sowing my cucumbers. I got different varieties of cucumbers, the pickling kind. They take 47 days. So if you got kids like mine that love pickles, then you want to put a load of these in so you can make your own pickles. Now, I also have my summer squash. This is the zucchini, and it takes 50 days. So I still have a lot of time to get a lot of that in. And if you have been dealing with the vine borer that have been destroying our summer squash, now they're starting to taper off. So you should be able to get some of your summer squash if you didn't get any. All right, now I also want to sow my beans. Look at that, the beans, it takes 55 days. So I'm going to put a lot of beans in the ground because we like beans. And if you know of an area in your garden that needs some nitrogen, it puts nitrogen back into the soil. So I got a couple areas, and after I pull these out, then I'm going to even fertilize it with my nitrogen. So that's a win-win. We're getting food and we're fertilizing the garden. Now, this one right here, I was thinking not to do this. I'm not giving you this as a list, but it's something I might want to try. Now, my corn, this corn is 68 days. All right, so since I have 93 days left, I may try to sow another round of corn because I don't too much like the way my corn looks. So I want to try something else out. So if you have 90 plus days, 93, 94 days, you may want to try something like this. I'm just doing it to see if I can improve on my corn growing skills. Give me one more shot at it. All right, so that's just a bonus if you have time. All right, now I do have one other thing that I started a couple of weeks ago. I wanted to make sure if I can have enough time to get me some cantaloupe. So I sowed some cantaloupe over there. So we're gonna take a little quick trip and then we'll come right back. All right, so I decided to sow some cantaloupes and a couple other small variety of melons. So hopefully everything goes well and I can get some cantaloupes because the voles destroyed most of my plants. So I had to try. Next up on the list is my root crops. Now, two of them I don't have with me, but they are turnips and my carrots. So I'm thinking about getting ready to start sowing those as well. And I have my radishes right here, and they only take 60 days. I may wait like the second week of August to get started. And then I have my beets, and they don't take that long, at 60 days as well. So those are the root crops that I'm going to start. They don't like to be directly sown in these pots and then transplanted. So you want to put those straight into the garden. Now, the next vegetable that I'm going to sow directly outside are my sugar snap peas. I'm going to make sure I do that, and I'm going to do that probably the second week of August as well. And it takes 70 days, so I don't want to mess around because, like, you know, I got 93 days left, but always check the date of harvest. All right, now my remaining vegetables, I'm gonna start these indoors in my trays. I got two reasons for that. Number one, the heat will mess these up, and I don't want to have that issue where I have to start over. And if you look behind me on the backdrop, I got a lot of things that's still growing out here. A lot of my summer things are still going, so I don't have that much space. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. I have my lettuce, so I want to make sure I get that started. But like I said, I don't want it to boat and get all messed up. Bok choy is something that I can plant. I got more lettuce right here. Oh, my Swiss chard. And next on the list, I got arugula. and I have spinach. Now the bok choy, the spinach, and the arugula, yes, I'm probably gonna wait maybe 2 weeks, the second week in August, to start those, because I really don't want those to bolt when I decide to put them out. Now, when I sow those seeds indoor, I love using my bootstrap cell trays right here because they're nice and deep. So if I need to keep them in a little bit longer, then they're still gonna have what they need. The soil that I use is Happy Frog, and I'll put a link in the description down below for these bootstrap farmer trays, as well as the soil that I use, the Happy Frog. I will also be starting some herbs as well. Now my basil, I can put that out right now. I do have some, so we'll start that inside, then I will go ahead and put it out here because it loves the heat. My parsley, I'm going to start that indoors, and my dill as well. So I'm gonna have this ready if I decide to do those pickling cucumbers, and I know my kids love them, so I know I got to have it. Now, you know I can't leave out my brassicas. I got to make sure I put these in. All right, I got Brussels sprouts, I got cauliflower right here, I have kale, I also have my broccoli, which my kids love, I have cabbage, and I gotta have my collards. So I'm gonna plant those in here as well inside. And with the brassicas, a lot of insects like the whiteflies love it. So when I do transport them outside, I'm gonna have a cover over it to make sure I can stop the pests from damaging my brassicas, which we all love. Hey, I almost forgot. There's one crop that I omitted. If you were in an area like mine, I'm in zone 8A, don't forget to plant your onions, because these onions were started last fall and look how big they are. I got some jumbos, so I will definitely be planting my onions. So if you are in a zone where you can overwinter these onions, please do so you can get these big jumbos like this. So do you see all the things that we still can plant in the month of August? Make sure you finish up and plant those summer vegetables so we can get a nice harvest from. And don't be afraid to go ahead and start your fall garden right now. Please share this video so everybody will know what they still can plant in the month of August, and let's get ready to keep on growing. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.